The manufacturing sector in Kenya is still grappling with the high cost of power, which has pushed up the cost of production, affecting the ease of doing business in the country. Compared to other regional economies, the cost of power is relatively higher at 15 shillings per kilowatt hour compared to Ethiopia, where sector players are paying as low as 4 shillings and 14 cents per kilowatt hour.
It's a strain because, if you look at any factor of production, energy is a big one for manufacturers. And but the small slight improvements that we've made, even in the surcharges, anything that is helping, has come a long way. Right now, today, we are celebrating the 16 years of driving the energy efficiency in the country. So that has also helped, and like you heard the PS mention today, that we have more energy available. All of a sudden, we are not during a drought season having to cut ration electricity. So we have made progress. We can see the progress. We can see the energy efficiency. We are going to water efficiency, and basically as a country, I think we are on the right path.
In Egypt and Uganda, the same cost 6 shillings and 12 shillings per kilowatt hour, respectively. Though the cost of energy has dropped from 21 to 15 shillings per unit, manufacturers say Kenya is an expensive manufacturing hub. Energy Principal Secretary Engineer Joseph Njoroge says the cost of energy is expected to drop further as new geothermal, hydro, wind and solar projects with a capacity of 1,000 megawatts come online.
Brace yourselves for expansion so that we can be able to enhance demand. Indeed, for those of us who have had a longer experience in the power sector will remember how difficult it used to be, because for quite a prolonged period of time we used to do a lot of rationing when drought sets in.
Kenya Association of Manufacturers Chair Flora Mutahi says the cost of production is further complicated by the multiple levies imposed by county government.
It had a lot of impact. It has a lot of impact because all of a sudden when you had a manufacturer in one particular county, then having to pay different charges to go to different counties, it raises the cost. You remember we sort of have more or less a free market, so people are now starting to say, do you know what, it is cheaper to import my raw material, it's cheaper to import finished goods than to actually manufacture them. So that is something we need to be very cognizant to and fight actively, which we do very well at CAM, or try to do, to actually make sure that we reduce the cost of doing business.
The Energy Principal Secretary has also allayed fears of a looming power shortage, saying the country has enough power to sustain the country even during this dry season. Kenya has an installed power capacity of 2,333 megawatts, with the peak demand standing at 1,650 megawatts.